It was dark. I think I'm gonna tell a story. How's that? I haven't told a story in a while, and JT records them so she can play them back to her daughter later. This is a story called Anansi and the Tug of War. Anansi the spider one day was walking along the jungle trying to find him a nice place to relax. So he finds him a nice spot in the tall grass and he lays back flat. And as he started to snooze, the air was nice and fine. He didn't even hear this elephant that came up behind. The elephant had the same idea as Anansi and decided that he wanted a nap. And you know what? He sat down on Anansi and squashed the spider flat. He was there going, and the elephant listened in his ears. He finally got up and he looked down and there was Anansi laying there flat. He shook him and finally Anansi popped himself back out. And he looked at that elephant and got so mad he says, "Can you see I was here sleeping, you big ox?" "I'm not an ox, I'm an elephant, little spider." "I know what you are," said Anansi. I challenge you to a tug of war, you big old oaf. You all need to learn to respect little people. Well, the old elephant laughed. "You tug of war with me? Yeah, go ahead, little boy, get on out of here." Well, Anansi was so mad, he just said, "I'm going to take you out." Well, the elephant sat back down and Anansi went and grabbed some vines and tied it around the elephant's tail. He says, "You wait a minute, we're going to have this tug of war." Fast as he could, Anansi walked through the jungle till he got to the ocean shore. And he called out, "Brother Killer Whale!" And out from the water came the killer whale. "You called, Anansi?" "Killer Whale, do you think you're the strongest on sea and on land?" He blushed. "Why, I sure do." Anansi says, "I challenge you to a tug of war because I'm stronger than you." "If that's what you wish, but I hope you can water ski." So he took the old vine and he tied it around the tail fin of that big old killer whale. He says, "When I get back in the jungle, I'm going to give you a pull. And I want you to pull with all your might." "All right, Anansi." Anansi goes back into the forest. He gets right there in the middle and he grabs that side and he pulls. That old killer whale started to go and he was going as fast as he could. And finally that old rope got tight and he started pulling that elephant. That elephant's eyes opened wide and said, "Whoa, that Anansi is stronger than I thought." And he went as he knocked over trees and trees and trees. And he finally planted his feet down and he started to walk. That old killer whale was going just as fast as he could until that old elephant stopped. And then he stopped and started pulling that elephant this way. Back and forth all the day they fought. Back and forth until finally both of them gave out. Dum. Anansi goes over to the elephant and he looks at him, sees him down. Then he goes over to the water. And just almost beached was that killer whale. And he says, "Killer whale, admit the fact that I am stronger than you." That killer whale said, "Oh yeah, Nancy, you're stronger than me." Then he goes over to the elephant, stands right up on his chest. "Elephant, admit the fact that I'm stronger than you." "Oh, I'm so sorry, my friend. You're much stronger than I ever imagined." I tell you this story because every one of us look out and see somebody that we take for granted, that we don't respect. And it just may happen that though they may not be bigger, perhaps they may be smarter. Because Anansi got away that day. Neither the elephant or the whale ever found out. But to this day, Anansi is still the trickiest and the craftiest in all the jungle. And that is my story.
Ow.